Dave, thank you for coming in. Can you tell us a little bit about the Verizon media platform and what you're exhibiting here at Velocity?
I'd love to. So Verizon Media Platform is kind of the latest evolution of a business unit within Verizon that kind of primarily deals with content delivery networks and video streaming. That company was formed and has been called kind of Verizon Digital Media Services for the last, 5 years or so. And with the Verizon's acquisition of AOL and Yahoo in the last couple of years and some kind of restructuring that's happened to kind of, make Verizon 2.0, as it's called, we've been kind of designated as the center of excellence for video, all things video within Verizon itself. So the Verizon Media Platform is this putting together of these two pieces that can provide end-to-end video services for major broadcasters, and coupled with a content delivery network that can deliver that content all around the world.
And tell us a little bit about your role and focus.
Yeah, so my role at Verizon Media is I'm the chief architect of the media platform team. So it's my responsibility to kind of oversee everything that's happening technically within the team, think about how we're building solutions, how we're solving customers' problems, and try to look for as much efficiencies as we possibly can get. To address your last question, what we're exhibiting this year, I missed that, sorry. The thing that we're really excited about this year is giving a very kind of sneak preview of our edge compute offering. So it's very, very early stages. Nothing's kind of finalized, but we did a tutorial session yesterday that was open to people to come to, and that was really exciting. We got a lot of great feedback there. So and there's demos at the booth that people can go and look at. And again, we're getting a very positive reception for the plans that we have to bring that product to market in the next as soon as possible, really.
And what would you say has been your greatest achievement or milestone since we spoke last year?
Oh, good one. There's been a few things. One of the things that we're always particularly proud of is the growth of the content delivery network. We've been, for the last couple of years, the fastest growing content delivery network in the world, and we just recently crossed 75 terabits of egress capacity, putting us in the upper echelons of kind of networks that exist on the internet today. In terms of milestones we continue to break records on our video platform in terms of being able to scale up to kind of simultaneous concurrent users. I think we recently crossed 1.9 million during the NBA finals. All those things are really, really exciting, and it's great to see the platform kind of gaining more traction in the market and really being put to the test with new things that get delivered. We just introduced 4K, so streaming the Women's World Cup actually right now in 4K. That's a first, and again getting a lot of positive feedback in the market.
And so, what are your predictions for the industry in the year ahead?
In the year ahead, I think we're gonna see, in terms of CDN, we're going to continue to see kind of the requirement for scale. As more and more kind of content moves towards being video-based, and customers demand higher and higher quality, the networks and devices kind of need to come along. So devices are very, very fast. Your phone, my phone, everyone's phones are all 4K capable. We're seeing the devices on the other end, the cameras and the infrastructure for production, also become 4K capable. The big kind of crunch point is going to be the network in a lot of cases. So a small data point: if everyone turned off their TVs and immediately moved to everything over the top, the entire internet couldn't support that. Not just our company, everyone couldn't support that sort of delivery. So there's a lot of investment that needs to occur in the network and in growing the infrastructure to be able to support that kind of coming trend. We're in a really unique position to be able to do that as being part of Verizon. There's a lot of kind of investment always made in infrastructure. There's a company that understands that the network is very, very important. So I think that change is going to be very, very kind of differentiating over the next year or so. Building on top of that, there's a lot of kind of things that you can do after you have that basis. So streaming is one of them. We have a very kind of robust and well respected in the industry security offering. We're seeing some really good adoption and uptick there. And then the kind of new stuff that we're bringing to market, the edge compute things, we'll see that kind of launch over the next year. And then I'm not sure if you saw my keynote, but we'll start to see the beginnings of that over the next couple of years. Looking a little bit further out, as we shift kind of our mental models of thinking about compute only happening in one case, in one location, having to kind of pick where you do it. I think we're going to see more and more progression to how do we manage compute at multiple levels in the data center, or the cloud, within the CDN layer, and in the next year or so within the multi-access edge compute, which is kind of coupled to the cellular station. So there's a lot of really interesting things coming down the pipe for us.
So clearly from your comments, there are a lot of changes out there. What are you doing to stay ahead of them?
I think my answer to that question would probably be trying to solve the problems in a very robust way. Like, it is relatively easy. A lot of these problems are relatively easy to solve at a low scale. By that I mean, it's relatively easy to do video streaming at very low latency. At a small scale. The problems don't exhibit themselves, and that until you kind of scale up and you want to do it, for example, nationally across the entire country, or even harder, internationally across the entire world. Coupling those two problems and solving those two things at scale is a huge challenge, and it's something that we have a lot of experience in, given the history and lineage and kind of what has led us to this point. So I think that's something that is going to really be a focus for us. I think it's it is going to be a differentiator. And it's one of those things that it's very hard to catch up. It's very hard to kind of, if someone else is solving the scale problem and you haven't gotten the opportunity to yet, it's very, very hard to catch up. So that's definitely an advantage that we have in the market right now that we're looking to extend and capitalize on.
Dave, thanks for your insights. Appreciate it.
Thank you so much for the time.